Buckle up.
Because it's going to be a long ride.
It's going to be a wild ride.
No one cares, but we're going to tell you anyways.
This is Popcorn Chats. Hello, everyone. This episode is special. We're not going to do a pre-show. We have a guest on for this episode of the pod.
The person joining us today is one of our dear friends from high school that Katie and I used to be very, very close with back when we all went to high school. And as the years went by, you know, we all went separate ways. We all went different places. But since starting the podcast, we've kind of got reconnected with her a bit. And she listens to our episodes. She loves our Drunk Disney episodes. We thought, why not bring her on for a Drunk Disney episode? The first Drunk Disney episode of 2021, talking about one of her favorite and our favorite Disney Channel original movies, all about friendship, all about girl power, Cheetah Girls 2. So we're very excited to have her on today.
This is the owner of the infamous Delaney's Basement that we've talked about. If you listen to the pod, she is one of a kind, a bad bitch, and just a staple of Michaela and I's high school experience. And Delaney's Basement, man, fucking shout out, because oh my god, so many high school blackout antics occurred.
So many
there.
boot and rallies were done in that upstairs bathroom, and then right down to the pong table once again. That was where Katie threw her phone into a Christmas tree.
So without further ado, Popcorn Chats listeners, please welcome Delaney Jones, everybody. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Popcorn Chats. I'm Katie.
And I'm MICHAE.
And
I'm Delaney. I didn't know if I was supposed to be a part of that or not. Hi, I'm Delaney.
They know about you in your infamous basement.
I hit my first rock bottom there. I've hit
I hit
rock
all my
bottoms.
rock bottoms there.
I've hit several rock bottoms since, but that was my first.
When my mom
always
reminded me
special.
that Michaela shit in the street, that was what I was like, I
And you know
forget about all these things. I
You know
didn't even know
what's-
my mom knew about that.
I didn't know either. And you know what's sad about that, Delaney? And we're talking about rock bottoms. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not even a rock bottom for me. I have been lower than shitting in the street and lighting it on.
Oh my god, you lit it on fire. How did you light it on fire?
Do you not remember that? We were at house. It was in her street and was on crutches.
Oh yeah.
We went out, we did it, and then we ran away. It didn't really catch on fire. It didn't really do anything. But then we were like, "Don't hurry up!" And she's like hobbling on.
You're so gross.
We lived in Wisconsin where there was nothing to do but
You
shit
were
in
the cool
street.
group in high school? Yeah, we were.
Oh my
No,
God.
we were not.
Not my finest moment. That's
Yeah.
not what we're here to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen. We figured ever since we started the pod, Delaney has always been hyping us up on Twitter. We've kind of started getting back in touch because of the pod. So, of course, we wanted to
God.
bring you on. There was no better episode or topic than to bring her on for a Drunk Disney one, because obviously we all kind of started our drinking experiences together. So it was kind of fitting to just bring it
Honestly.
back together again.
Odds are the last time we saw each other, we were drunk. So it's only fitting.
Yes, because my last memory of all of us is me at your high school graduation with all of you guys in your caps and gowns, and I'm wearing a blue dress. But my last memory of all of us is like me being so sad at your graduation, watching all of you guys graduate, and me being like, "Who am I gonna sit with at lunch? Because I don't even like anyone in my grade."
Dude, I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
being sad for you.
Like feeling really bad.
Yes.
I pause this first. Shall we take our shot first?
Oh
and
my
then we'll
god.
Get into it.
So
We
I
thought-
took my shot pre-thing, so I'm gonna just chug a little bit of this because I'm sorry, I failed you.
If you're streaming this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, watch on YouTube to watch us take this shot.
At Heather, at Travis, my parents will be watching this. This one is for you.
Hey, thanks for your basement memories, Heather and Travis.
I'm so sorry. Not that bad, actually. Are you fucking insane with that 7
That
count?
just shows how much we grow. 4, it was straight from the bottle. Now we at least count to 7.
Oh, I at least got my shots out.
We're talking about the Cheetah Girls too. We talked about the first Cheetah Girls in our Drunk Disney episode a while back. What's going on with you? You're in Los Angeles, right? Or California?
San Diego.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, off to a great start. My bad.
No,
Fake
that's
friend.
okay. I graduated, or maybe not graduated. I don't know. I graduated. I didn't get to even like do an online anything. Whatevs. 4 years of college and nothing, whatevs. Anyways, I moved out here with my aunt, and now I'm moving in with my boyfriend on the 15th into our new apartment. I'm so excited.
Cute. That's so
That's
exciting.
so exciting.
I only work 11 hours a week right now. So
How bitch.
yeah, that really sucks because I'm like making no money. Everything all works out. Hopefully COVID ends and life can go on again.
I remember when you first announced that you were moving out to California, Katie and I both texted each other and we're both like, damn, Delaney's really living life right now. Because we both wanted to be the ones doing that.
I was like, she is living the life that we have been wanting to live for
Yeah.
years.
And honestly, it like just kind of worked out because my aunt had like always extended the offer to me to like come live with her right out of college so that like I wasn't, having to worry about money or any of that. And then when like COVID hit and our graduation got pulled, I just kind of was like, our last month's rent was paid with our security deposit. So it's kind of like I didn't have to pay for rent the last month of school. And we graduated in May. And I think it was like mid-April, I texted my aunt and I was like, I'm not walking the stage. Like, you ready for me to move out there? Like, I'm ready to go May 1st. And she flew down to Wisconsin a couple weeks before to spend some time with my grandparents. And then we packed up my whole life in my car. And me and my aunt drove from Wisconsin to here and made it back, I think, by May 3rd.
Very important question. Do you still have the bug?
No. No, I don't. And like freshman or sophomore year, I got my mom's Chevy Malibu since my parents went their own ways. So my mom got my dad's car and then I got her Chevy Malibu, and then her Chevy Malibu shit out on me. So I'm out here in a Hyundai Elantra. She's been my baby for like 3 years now. Finally got California license plate. So it's real.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm so jealous.
$300 later. Think about that. When you have to update your plates, it's $300 every year in California.
Alrighty, if we don't jump in, we probably won't ever. So, Delaney, we normally kick the pot off, as I'm sure you know, with our standout star and standout scene. And since you are our guest, hit us with your standout star.
All right, hear me out. So this hits me close to home because I remember being in recess at CH Bird after watching this movie for the first time. My standout star is the same that it has been since I was in whatever grade in elementary school, wishing I was her, and that is Dorinda. I love her. I've always wanted to low-key be her, and also low-key, if we're talking about the movie, I have a second sub standout star, and that's Angel, who is the guy who comes forward from the director and tells them like, yo, that Lola bitch, she wrote the check. So that just has to be noted. But Cheetah Girl, it's Dorinda. It's her, man. It's always been her since 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade, whatever it is. It's her, man.
She is like the one for the white girls in this movie.
Yeah. And honestly, I love them all, but I think I just always wanted to be her. So I thought to myself, I really do like Chanel, but I was like, I'd be cheating on my elementary school self who obsessed over her if I didn't say her. Like, that's just not fair.
Did you see her on Dancing with the Stars?
Robbed.
Yeah, and she's still a bad bitch. Did
Yeah.
you see that she just got married and she's pregnant and she's still the most beautiful? Well, they're all beautiful, but I don't think I've ever had a woman crush as long as it's been her.
And she definitely
is
has
awesome.
her moment in this movie. I'll tag right off you because Dorinda was also my standout star because I love that she had her moment. The first movie was kind of like Chanel and Galleria's moment, and this was Dorinda and Aqua's time. I mean, the third one is a little more Aqua's time, but this one, Dorinda got the storyline that she deserved, and she was living her best life.
Yeah,
with
it wasn't just like, oh, she's like, she's not adopted, she's in the, she's in the system.
Care,
yeah, it wasn't like sad, it was like, ooh, watch me dance with my hot man.
I know. We love her. I don't really have anything else to say. So Katie,
period. Drop the mic.
My standout star was Aqua. right from the start, wasn't expecting it. But when it was Parties Just Begun, the first number, she brought it, bitch, with her little like shimmy move. Her tits were popping off. That's all I gotta say. They looked bomb. I think she looked the best out of all of them right off the bat, and she kept that momentum going the rest of the film.
Her clothes in this, best by far.
I love like her storyline of she's like the fashionista of the group and like being the designer of all their clothes. I was just very intrigued by her character and very drawn to her in each performance. I found myself watching Aqua.
Also, side note, her and Dorinda are BFFs in real life.
I know, that's so cute.
I feel like these people, maybe minus Raven, are all like the perfect level of famous, where they get to lead like somewhat normal lives, but also like have that bougie-ish income.
Oh yeah.
And you know they're still getting royalties because Keely Williams even said in her Insta bio for a while, stream Cheetah Girls. So royalties.
Honestly, I would stream this again. Like, this movie was as good as I remembered it.
Oh yeah, I
totally
still
agree.
loved it as much as I did in whatever grade I was.
Yeah.
Some of these we watch back and we're like, that's not quite as good as I remember it being. But this one was such an enjoyable rewatch. I like didn't even, I wasn't on my phone at all during it. I was taking my notes, but besides that, like I was invested in this.
It just kind of makes you feel like a bad bee. Like, who doesn't
really
want to be with their
does.
friends, like singing and looking hot and just being like, I'm a cheetah.
Yeah.
Bitch, wrap it up, go home. We love it.
I wasn't on my phone either, and I had full body chills in certain moments.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, there's some
MICHAE'S
strong
Cheetahs?
moments in this.
Standout scene. Delaney, what was your standout scene of the film?
So my favorite is when they sing Strut and they're like showing all of the like beautiful places in Barcelona. Like, it's a great song. If it doesn't make you want to get up and dance, then like you're lying to yourself and to the Cheetahs. It's so pretty. Like, they show you every beautiful thing you'd ever want to see. So like, put two and two together, standout scene. Obviously there's other good scenes, but like that takes the cake for me.
Strut is a number.
And they all look hot and they all have like a moment where like they get their scene to like do their thing. If that doesn't make you want to go to Barcelona in that scene, you're also lying to yourself.
You're so articulate, Delaney.
Well, I also feel a lot of passion for this. My 5th grade self is like inside of me, like going like that.
We love the Cheetah Girls too. Katie, why don't you jump in with yours?
Okay, my standout scene. I have two, so I'll just piggyback off of Delaney. I also said that Strut is just like such a cinematic masterpiece. I felt so immersed, like Michaela was talking about. It's an iconic song. Like, everybody, I think when you talk about Cheetahs, it's like the first song that comes to mind. Like, people know all the words. It's just such a goddamn bop. It's like Disney Channel in its goddamn prime, I must say. Like,
Kenny Ortega at his prime.
Yeah, there's been nothing better since, I would argue. And I really love when they find out about the competition, when they're having that sleepover and they're eating the Chinese food.
It's just relatable.
It is. And Galleria's just like, we're sitting here eating Kung Pao chicken. Like, I died. And then when she's like, Chuchi's on the phone with Barcelona, and like waking them all up at 4 a.m. I was like, that's so us. I feel like that would be something that we would do back in the day. And I also
no one would have wanted to hear us sing at the girl group back in the day.
Dude, no.
We call up Barcelona. We put them on speakerphone and we all rap Bugatti by Ace Hood.
With Kung Pao chicken. Please.
I also love Galleria's chaotic energy when they're like telling the moms about it. We've arranged for you.
And she's like she like plans it out. She's like, I know how I'm gonna get the moms to say yes, and this is like the tone of voice and the way I'm gonna say it. Like, there was always one of those in a friend group, you know, that's like, I'll be conniving.
That
like,
is
she
true.
knew what she was doing.
Did you also realize that Galleria was a liar because they were not sitting front row at the Barcelona Summer Music Festival at the end?
And Luke wasn't even there. I didn't even or was he there? He was there.
He was.
Yeah, I think he was. I wasn't. Who's even paying attention to the audience when they're fucking up there? Excuse my language. You can edit it out. When they're up there doing their
all good
thing, though, no one's looking at Luke in the audience.
Delaney, feel free to use whatever language you would like.
Michaela, what was your standout scene?
I agreed with the strut scene, so I won't reiterate any more on that. And then I have Dorinda and Joaquin's dance class. I really love the blending of the two dance styles. It was a really fun scene to watch. Again, Dorinda just in her prime. And I think Sabrina Bryan is such a talented dancer that I just genuinely
Honestly.
like watching her dance. It was a great scene. An honorable shout out to the fake fry eating moment by Mary Soul. Did you guys notice that when she's eating the fries, how she doesn't pick one up, but she still like pretends to eat it?
Oh, seriously? I didn't see
Honorable
that.
mention.
Yeah, that shit is problematic. That is like the only problematic thing in this whole movie. I feel like the Cheetah Girls is very ahead of its time, but this
But that
like
mom is problematic, period.
she is like guaranteeing an eating disorder for her child. Trigger warning, everybody. I love Mary Soul. I just love her and how she's like a villain, but not really.
There's not really a villain in this. I mean, I guess that mom kind of is, but not in like the stereotypical way that Disney does villains.
Yeah.
No.
I have a question for you guys. Fuck, marry, kill. Angel, Joaquin, and Luke.
Oh, bitch! I was hoping you were gonna include Luke. Can I go first?
Yes, please. No,
Luke is my Mary. I love a silver fox. Delaney, we talked about this last time that me, Allie, Katie, and Olivia were together. We were kind of talking about like age gaps and like what I would potentially go up to. And they were all like, we would not be surprised if you showed up one day with like a 35-year-old. So honestly, I'm so here for Luke. So I'm marrying Luke. I'm fucking Angel and I'm killing Joaquin. Sorry, Joaquin, you're super cute, but Angel's just where it's at.
Honestly, Michaela, I'm a word for word right there with you. And honestly, I'm going to do a hot take and I'm going to say I didn't even think Joaquin was cute. Like attractive looks wise, not there for me. I love him and Dorinda, not for me though.
The only thing that was hot was his hands. I know that sounds weird, but I have like
Yeah,
a thing
no, I
about
got that.
hands. And when they were dancing, good hands. But
Yeah.
everything else was kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't stand out to me in a crowd.
But Angel and Luke,
Yeah, for different reasons.
agree.
Yeah, I had the exact same. So
Wow.
Easy question. I like Joaquin, cute energy, very like welcoming and fun and like
I just want him as my best
passionate.
friend. I
Right.
don't want to fuck or marry him.
Can we talk about Chanel's nasty attitude towards Luke and Barcelona in general? I'm like, if my mom, let's say my dad isn't around, and if my mom found a sugar daddy like Luke in Barcelona, I would be doing everything I could to make sure she secured that ring.
Yeah.
And they like never even go into like why she was even mad in the first place. Like she's just mad.
Right after she told her mom that she checked her attitude and then proceeded to have like a heightened attitude.
Chanel was not the vibe in this one.
Chanel was not the vibe and neither was Galleria. I was totally here for Aqua and Dorinda.
Which I mean, they're the two supreme Cheetah Girls. So
they low-key are. They just make the group like what it is. They ground the group.
Yes. Galleria is too dramatic for me. She has to play her part, but
I will say in defense of Galleria in this one, because she's not my vibe, I would also be frustrated if I was her and if that was like our purpose for going to Spain and like Delaney, you were running off to do a dance class and Katie, you were off speaking Spanish with some new friend and leaving me to do all the work. I get Galleria's point. I also get the other girls' points to be like, we want to do these things while we're over here.
But I just don't want you to break out into a deep song.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
You're right.
Should we jump into this song since we're kind of like on that topic of bop and flops?
I'm really passionate about my answers.
Let's go in order. We're starting with The Party's Just Begun. Delaney, kick us off.
Bop, bop.
Absolute bop. Absolute bop.
And again,
I would
a bop.
still listen today.
It's just a good way to open the movie.
I love how the entire school loves them and is like their fans.
Yeah.
The dudes that we went to high school with would not vibe. We got up on stage.
No, not even that, is the dudes at our high school just didn't vibe, period.
They would hate crime our asses so fast.
Ew.
We would be a headline, bitch, if we tried to do what the Cheetahs did.
Like, did we even make it on the bracket at SPHS? Would we make it on the bracket if we got up and shaked our cheetah butts then? Because I remember I wasn't on the bracket ever.
Bitch.
You guys.
I'm not trying to be on that goddamn bracket. No offense.
Because None of them are on my bracket.
Absolutely
You're on
not.
my bracket of GTFO. I hate you all. Our high school was not like that. I wish though, everyone just supporting each other, but there was only like 5 girls that the whole school supported. Remember when we were on the news because our high school boys made a bracket of all the girls?
I cannot
I
think
do
of one
remember.
attractive man from our high school. Not one.
I left.
Except for Mr. Motherfucking
Michaela, I have to
if you are ever out there, I'm still waiting.
She does not care about
Michaela!
that age gap though. Bring in Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh my
That's-
god.
I will never forget turning around in my chair after you gave him those Buffalo Wild Wings and he shut up and sat down. And just looking around the room with his cheeks full.
And he just didn't say. We were in the computer lab, so it was like totally relevant that he was like, ladies, you should not have food here. And I'm like, yeah.
Ladies, oh my god. I hate it when fucking old men. He wasn't old, but I
But
just
that class
remember
was
being
lit.
called ladies all the time in high school. That was always what I was addressed as.
He was a
What do you
good
want?
teacher.
That point in time, we all just like didn't vibe with learning.
Throwing it back to whatever that presentation was where we had like an amendment and Michaela was like tata because second amendment there's 2 tatas, second amendment, right to bear arms.
That's so ironic that was my amendment.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're on strut.
Good.
We're only on the
Okay.
second song, so we're making good progress here, ladies.
Stop.
Delaney
Absolute bop, obviously.
and a bop and a fucking half. I listened to that song so many times on the plane ride to Spain. It's ridiculous.
I'm thinking about going to like it right now on Spotify just so it's at the top of my like songs so I listen to it next time I'm in the car.
I do love though how Galleria is like, I'm fucking this man tonight with her eyes.
She's got big sexual tension going on.
As soon as she sees him, she's like swooning so hard. I love how her type in all of these movies is like skinny white boy with long hair.
Do you want this
Yeah.
long-haired white guitar playing boy, or do you want the first movie's long-haired white guitar playing boy?
It is always a guitar player. That's so funny.
They're both hot, so go her. Dance with me.
My literal words were love the scene. I love the scene. But like if I was just listening to like Dance With Me in the car, I'm like, it's not a flop, but it's also like not a bop either. I'm really just like right in the middle.
I said flop. I just, again, like it's not a Cheetah song. So I was like, whatever. But this is like the most sexual scene ever, I feel like, in a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah, the scene is great. The song on its own,
Yeah. Drew Seeley, goodbye. You're fine.
Drew Seeley is like the Disney Channel reject.
He is just like the understudy to literally everybody.
Like,
This
where is he
song,
now?
guys. You're missing it. This
True.
is a goddamn bop.
Okay. For what reason?
I just think like the song itself pairs well with the scene, but the song on
It
its
does.
own, if I was listening to it in the car, like all the different variations that it goes through that song, like the different moods it needs to set, it hits every one. And I love when Belinda, who plays Mary Soul, comes in and she's like, dance with me.
Yeah.
It's just, I really vibe with it. I like the song.
Okay.
Okay.
I
definitely
respect.
see your side. Yeah.
Oh, Delaney, actually, quick question for you. Random question. Do you like Adam Driver?
Am I gonna be judged when I ask who that is?
That's the perfect answer, actually.
You know what? We can just.
No, Google him. Google him. Google him.
I just figured I'd.
Yep, she said no. Thank you.
No, Michaela. Wow.
Just silence.
Hey.
I can add Delaney to the pack of haters. I thought I might find an ally tonight.
I
was
would say
wrong.
like the majority of haters, or like the continent of haters, or like the world, 99% of the world of haters. Not the
Nope,
pack.
Katie, then you are not on Adam Driver TikTok because I am not alone. Anyways, okay, let's keep it moving then. Why Wait? Mary Soul's song.
Flop.
I also said flop. She reminds me of like Jojo Siwa a little bit. Like I like her
okay.
character a lot, but I don't really like, the song was kind of annoying to me, and I
Yes.
don't know if this is like offensive to say, but I felt like she sounded better in Spanish, like when she sang in Spanish. And that might be like really offensive to say. So go ahead and cancel me if you want. But I also really liked how they didn't shit talk her like when she was done. It was just, they were like very supportive.
No, it's not something that I would listen to either. I put this as at a bop, but it is just a tick away from a flop because of that goddamn outfit. One leg in jeans, one leg in jean shorts with a blazer, a top hat, a single glove, a pink satin shirt, and Converse. It's a war crime. And the person who decided that outfit made the final cut should be tried in a court of law.
And
I liked the jeans.
Katie.
I thought they were cool. I've never seen that before.
There's a reason. Okay, I'm gonna sound so white saying this. I'm sorry. Nanita nana.
Bop.
I said flop.
I would have to agree. It's a bit of a flop for me.
What the fuck?
It's bland.
I think it's beautiful when they sing it together, like their voices, but it's actually a real song that is not from the Cheetah Girls, and not the biggest fan. Like they did it some justice, but it's a lullaby. Like it's like if two girls harmonize like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, like it's still just kind of like a lullaby.
I like it because I love when the cheetahs are like motioning to each other. That's all it takes, and then they know how to
the
harmonize.
scene is beautiful.
Yeah.
Definitely got goosebumps in that scene.
And I like it. It's like calming. But I was wondering if it was a real song, and I can definitely see.
Yeah, it's actually like a real Spanish lullaby.
Sorry,
it's over.
Oh no, do your own thing. You missed that one.
Thing.
Oh, I thought
I didn't even know she sang that.
Yeah, it's a flop.
Yeah, I said flop too.
Yeah, I would say flop. I didn't even have that one written down, but it's when they're all like doing their own thing. And I don't like that. I want them to be together. MICHAE'S Cheetahs.
It's over. Flop. It's a snooze fest.
Flop. It's too dramatic. Too dramatic for what's actually going on.
I hate the close-ups of all their face. I hate this.
Yeah.
I hate the dancing. I hate Chanel's on the water fountain and she's like, oh, my life. I'm in this mansion and my life sucks. It's over.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Step up. A bop.
Bop.
Total bop. This is the perfect song to segue into the climax of the film. It's perfect for them all like coming together after being upset, really like getting ready to stick it to this competition. I love that song. One of the ones that gave me full body chills for sure.
And lastly, MICHAE'S Cheetahs. A bilingual bop.
Bitch. B-O-P. Bop.
Bop. This is the Cheetah Girls song.
Out of all of them.
I think this is the one of like to represent the Cheetah Girls. Besides Strut, maybe this is the song.
This movie, I think, easily has the most iconic songs. The third movie is just out of the way. And the first movie, I mean, you have like Cinderella. I mean, iconic.
I did like that song.
It's a great song. It has great songs, but I think this movie, when you think about it, when you got MICHAE'S Cheetahs, you got Step Up, you got Strut. Like it's the party's just begun. You just have like an overall good collective of songs where the first movie I feel like just doesn't have as many, even though they're still great.
Yeah, I feel like this movie in combination with the first one, it's just a work of art. Like you establish this group of girls in the first movie and then come out with this killer sequel. Like those are hard to come by, but this is like one of the best sequels I've ever seen in my entire life. Budget was clearly like upgraded. The acting was kind of like taken to the next level for at least like Dorinda and Aqua. I felt like their acting was up. The choreo was up. The songs were like Michaela said, amazing. So
I know it's crazy that they went from the first movie's budget to who knows what that was. But to this, to be in Europe, to be filming in Europe for this is absolutely insane. Even High School Musical never got that.
Yeah. And they got real like actors and performers from Spain, because I saw in like the credits that there were like casting directors from Spain. I don't know. I just like the incorporation of Spanish and like the culture and everything.
10 out of 10. That's why Strut is the scene.
Yeah, I would just like to say that we can relate to this movie because our friend group back in high school had a lot of different conflicting personalities.
Oh God.
We all can agree about that. And we would clash at times. However, I feel like we would come together through rap.
Yes.
We would rap it out when Michaela and I made personalized raps for each member of the group. And we
And Delaney
roasted
so
them.
gratefully sent us a video of
That was at my grandma's house for Country Jam, yo. And y'all were
Dude.
banging on a pot with a wooden spoon.
with macaroni and cheese stuck to the bottom of it.
Country Jam is a whole other like.
Doesn't that feel like
universe.
a different life? Like,
Delaney, you know what I was thinking about? Remember
What?
when it was just you and I and the electric rodeo and all these men were on us and you just reached for my hand and we just like grabbed each other's hand and we were like, where are we? Who are we? We're like, we're like, where are our friends? It's just us and like 10
why are we
men.
soaking wet?
Guys, I am so proud of us though. We started drinking at like 8:00 in the morning and we drank until like midnight for 3 days in a row.
Props to us because we made so many pong tables out of like things that weren't necessarily pong tables. Although I think me and Katie technically had pong tables. Am I wrong? Was yours
I
a
had
pong table
one.
too?
Yeah.
So then it was just Allie's. That was just her kitchen table.
But do you guys remember at my house one night? I don't remember who was all over, but we used like that weird foosball table that I had, and we used like some slabs of wood and a folding chair to make.
Oh yeah.
Table.
Why were we that desperate to play beer pong? Like,
Because
it's not that deep.
it let us
Like,
challenge each other.
Let me set the stage here. Our high school trips consisted of Country Jam and like a few trips over to Milwaukee for concerts here and there. Delaney, do you remember when we went to go see Somo?
Yes.
We didn't really go on a lot of trips in high school, so I just want to imagine all of us are like 16, 17, 18-year-old selves going to Barcelona with our friend group. So for listeners, we had a group of like 8 girls that were like a pretty solid 8. What do you guys think we would do if the 8 of us went to Barcelona? Who do you think would be doing what? You know how the cheetahs kind of go off and do their own thing? You know, who might be what different cheetah or what different activity?
Allie, I love you, but she would be the one falling for the guitar singing hottie. We would lose Allie to the guitar singing hottie really fast.
The first day.
I feel like it would be a shit show, first of all. I feel like back in high school, I was always the one to accidentally say something that made somebody upset when, like, not meaning to.
I also feel like we all just like laughed at each other though. Like if one of us ripped on the other, like we were all here for the laughings.
You know that Kourtney Kardashian thing where she's like, okay, well then I just won't make that joke with you.
Yes.
Like that was half our group was like the Kourtney Kardashian and the other half was like the very sensitive Kim Kardashian or
then,
Kendall.
Like we always wanted to rip on them because it was like funny when they cried about it.
I am such that person that like I say things to people because their reaction is so funny and it's like such a toxic trait. I've had friends like in college who are like that too, that just like their reaction is funny, but you never know when it's too far because they have the same reaction every time. So I think I have the toxic energy. I'm the problem, of course, but
I just think of all the times we were in your basement, Katie, and we knew Michaela was going down the stairs and one of us plotted to scare the shit out of her.
That has not changed. That is one thing from high school that has not changed. I get scared so easily still.
Honestly,
I think a trip would be a waste of money with that group of 8. I think it would be horrible and tumultuous. So
in the Cheetahs, they're all kind of going their separate ways and they're all kind of going and doing their separate things. And that's kind of like what happened to like our group of 8. Granted, it's like I kept in touch with Katie and Olivia and I went to the same college and Allie and I still kept in touch. So like the 4 of us kind of all still kept in touch. But the 8 together all like really just disbanded. And like, do you really remember any of that? Do you remember like when kind of the last time was that you talked to anyone?
Yeah, like I said, it was the day of graduation when you guys like obviously we still had the group chat and like I remember being like my senior year, you know, like texting you guys telling you like how much, and I think there was still a couple times that like we got together, but like you guys I think like weren't you in Milwaukee?
Yeah.
Like it was just, and then Katie was in Iowa, so like I just feel like the last time that I like really remember us, and honestly even my like most vague memory, because I'm sure that I remember you guys all having graduation parties, but Allie's graduation party like also like that kind of sticks to me. But that was my last memory, was like graduation for you guys slash Allie's like graduation party. And then I remember hating my senior year. I don't even talk to the people I used to sit at lunch with. One of them has a baby now.
That's
Think about
why.
how different
On brand.
yeah, like it's just like I look back, I'm like, wow, dude.
I definitely, that's weird that you say that Allie's like graduation party, because I feel like that is the last time that we were all a group like normal, and I remember that time so clearly, like thinking that these are my people like forever,
Yeah,
no beef happened, like there was no big fight or anything. There was no fight or anything bad that happened. It's just like naturally we moved to different parts of the country.
So sad to me, because like my boyfriend, like he had a group of friends similar to ours where it was like 8 of them, and they still to this day, he's even a year older than me, still has the group chat with his friends, and they all go home on the holidays still and like hang out. And I actually remember when we first started dating, I was like, that's so sad, because like I in high school, like I don't look back on high school and like love it, because a lot of it I remember just being sick, but the stuff that I do remember is like our friend group. And I told him that, I was like, it's kind of sad, because like I don't look back at high school and want to go back at all, but I do remember that I loved my friends, but we all don't really talk anymore. It's like some of them still kind of talk, but like we all went like our separate ways, but like he still like keeps in contact with him. And I just like, I think it's just kind of nuts how that all works with everybody. But I look back at high school and I always laugh. Like when I was going through all of my pictures, like I was having the time of my life thinking, oh my God, this was so much fun. And then like even college for me, like I still only had like 2 friends throughout college, and my only solid group of friends was like you guys. Anyways, though, my dad lives in Guam. He's owning his own business. He's opening a bar in Guam.
Wow.
It's called Last Shot. I think that high school, I know my parents were gone a lot, and I feel like the vibe my parents gave in high school, but y'all could see my parents now. My dad is a G-Yo. He's in a biker gang now, not even the evil kind. He has a mohawk like thing. He like wears the leather jacket. Like he's like for the bros. Like for
he's going off.
He actually told me like that he was gonna listen to this, and he was like, I'm even more proud of you after listening to what you did in high school. And I was like, well, I hope so.
Travis, I would not be proud of your daughter for pitching the idea to mix tequila and root beer, because I am scarred to this very day.
I told my mom about that. I was like, oh God.
When COVID is done, could you imagine us 3, Allie and Olivia, all get together for a trip? That trip would be the greatest shit show like ever known.
Let's go to Guam and go to the Last Shot.
Yeah, my dad would love it.
Because I do remember like interacting with your parents. They weren't just like completely gone, but it was nice like having a house that was like the party house. And I think we had like your house, Allie's, mine occasionally, but my parents were very strict, especially after I went to the hospital and they were like, lock the liquor cabinet. Mike and Kelly, shout out.
The memories that I have from your basement, they're not positive. New Year's Eve, there are still a lot of fun moments.
What happened New Year's Eve?
When Katie punched
Girl, sorry.
How could I forget? That's okay.
If you're listening, sorry.
Freshman or sophomore year of college, some of us were back in town for the weekend. It was me, Katie, you were there. Was it at Perkins? We all got so high. We went to Perkins at like
2 a.m.
2 a.m, and we're like the only people in there, and we're waiting on our food, and we just hear a huge crash in the back. Like dishes go flying. We know it's our food, and the 6 of us are just in this booth high off our ass, and we're all just like but
there was like one lady working, just one poor girl working. And she knocks over all the dishes in the back.
I never got to experience like going to a bar with you guys. I was fucking
True.
I remember hearing about Michaela's 21st and like seeing pictures of her like going up a grass hill or something to an apartment, if I'm correct. I
wasn't
remember
was that
seeing
your
it.
21st or your 22nd?
My 21st. Katie, you were there for my 22nd, but just Allie and my brother were there for my 21st birthday, and that was a time.
We do all need to go to a bar together. That's so weird to think about, that like
We never
we've
did.
had all these experiences since high school, but honestly kind of a short amount of time when everything just fell together with that group and we all had this like great connection, you know? It just was like perfect. But also not, like we got into random like dumb fights, but it was just such like a blissful fun time, and then it ended and it was just like over.
It's weird to think that, yeah, there are like so many things that have happened in each of our lives that like then we haven't been around for. Like Delaney, we were never around you when you got to have like your home, because not that you were like so much younger than us, but being a year younger than us, it's like we never really got to experience that.
No. And
We
like
never
y'all,
got-
I didn't even lose my virginity until y'all graduated.
Yeah. It's like, Delaney, you never knew me when I was in a relationship with anyone. Like you.
Yes, I did. Was his name?
Oh my God, that doesn't really count.
Colorado, you and Allie talking to your boyfriend.
Oh my God, you were there for. I just think that's funny, like how much we've all changed and like experienced on our own, that I would love to like be able to get all together again and like genuinely just have time to like all sit down and just, I mean, like this is good, but just to all be able to really get together and like have Olivia and Allie here too.
Yeah.
That would just be really fun.
I just feel like so much shit has gone on since like high school that like so much disgusting shit. Like,
yeah, Donald Trump has been president a whole entire term since we were all together last.
And then some.
I have such like a special place in my heart for like my friends that I met in college, or like my Disney friends especially, more so than my college friends probably. But there still is just something about like you guys that's just different. Like I was a different person when I was with all of you guys, but yet I still feel like so connected to that time and like that person, that even though I have changed a lot and like grown and evolved, there's still like just something about like you guys being through there with me at that point in my life that I think I'll always like reflect on really fondly.
I'm definitely a way different person than I was back when we were all close and everything, but that was like the start of me becoming like me now. We all started drinking together. We all started like having all these new experiences together. And I was going through like when our group solidified as like the group of 8 that we were, I was going through like such a hard time, like the hardest time I had gone through at that point in my life. We had this like obnoxiously huge group of girls and then 15, they all just people. Dropped me on my ass and I was left with you guys, which was like the perfect group.
Don't
and it
act
just
like you were left with us.
No, I mean like you guys were the OGs, like the ones who like ride or die for me. All the other ones were fucking fake. Such a weird time, but a good time that I think we all share. Amigas motherfucking Cheetahs.
There are just moments that happened then that like will never repeat themselves in my lives that you guys were able to be there to witness. So
yeah, dude. I know most of this is just us chatting and not even like the podcast because like I'm been
proud
a
of
long
us.
ass time.
We did talk about what we needed to talk about though.
Yeah,
so
we did.
I'm proud of us.
Y'all don't even know I'm really secluded. So like I need this. I got no friends out here, yo.
All right, we're going to cut this here because we just want to chat by ourselves. We don't need to chat on the pod. We have nothing else to say on the Cheetahs. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, on Spotify if you're listening there. Please subscribe to our page on there so you'll be seeing them on your homepage every week. If you're on Apple Podcasts, please subscribe, leave a rating and review for us. Check out our bio for Katie and I's individual Instagrams and Twitters. We'll also include Delaney's in there this week. You'll also find our Popcorn Chats TikTok, each of Katie and I's TikToks, and my YouTube channel and Katie's YouTube channel. Otherwise, thank you, Delaney, for being our first guest of 2020.
Oh, thank you.
Yay, Lilas.
Lilas.
Yes, yearbook.